making plans for Nigel.
What a difference a day made.
24 little hours. If you're not aware, this view of a hub is how it should be. Power's on, connected to the server, Zappi flashing, it's communicating, it's charging.
Hi everyone, welcome back. Yeah, what a difference a day makes. Looking back now, it seems like on the first day of trying to upgrade, when it didn't go right at all, it seemed like I was panicking a bit, to be honest, because the loss of something so precious, I can't believe it felt like that, and I can't believe I'm saying it, but it really was. It was traumatic having what I loved taken away from me. The Zappi in my solar system and charging my Kona just wasn't working, and I really did fear what it would be like losing it for a longer period of time, or forever. That it just wouldn't work how I wanted it to. And yeah, it's probably me being more frustrated than I need to be, because I can truly see the potential of what I'm doing here with the Zappi, the solar and the Kona, that I can charge very, very efficiently, and I can get quite a high amount of the solar I'm generating into the car, and I really want to keep doing that. So for any component of that to suddenly stop working and to be a lot less efficient was quite traumatic to me. And yeah, a day on and it's all changed. I heard back from Adi from MyNG, and thank you so much for the response that you gave me, and thank you to the team, whoever it was that was probably working the midnight oil. Yeah, not oil. That's not very environmentally friendly, is it? But you know what I mean. They must have been working some late nights. They really must have been. And there must have been a lot of pressure on them to get the release out ready for fully charged, and also then to fix it. So how they could have let so many staff out to fully charged, carry on working through the night and get that second release, because that's what happened. Version 2104S was the initial version that enabled the hub and app to work with the Zappi, but that for me was riddled with some serious problems. It did seem as though I was getting different problems to other people, so please don't presume that those were widespread to everybody. The second version, 2201, that basically came out, I don't know whether it was late in the night or early in the morning, but I woke up at 6 in the morning, went to make a cup of tea and thought I would go and press the button on the hub and see if I could download a new version. And yeah, press and hold download for a few seconds, wait for the white light, and then let go, and lo and behold, the white light stayed on and it blinked. It was downloading something. So I was very, very intrigued. Couldn't wait then to go and update the Zappi, so sod the cup of tea. I went straight outside and used the Zappi to communicate with the hub to see whether there was a new version and try downloading it. Lo and behold, it worked, and there was a version there. It did upgrade. 2201 is now installed on my Zappi. And can you believe, once I rotated through fast, eco and eco plus modes, it seemed to work. It seemed to work exactly as it was supposed to. Everything was fixed. The 1.6 kilowatt minimum requirement before charging, that was suddenly back to 1.3 like it should do. My auto start and stop with the eco settings, that worked again. It would start correctly at the right parameter time, and it would end at the right time as well. My minimum charge rates, they were all back working again. And what's more, it communicated with the app. Now, the first version did communicate with the app, but there was lots of connectivity errors and reconnecting times and lots of downtime, as MyNergi was probably rebooting the server and trying to make it all work. But the second version, the second day, it was smooth. Whole day. Working consistently, seeing what's going on with my Zappi. It's unbelievable that right now I can sit here, if I wasn't filming on my phone that the MyNG app is installed on, of course, but I could sit here, hold the phone, see what's going on and control it and change it, which I have done a few times already. I've taken it out of Eco Plus mode and put it in Eco and started a charge, and again then I've adjusted the Eco settings, which you can do as well. You can adjust those settings from the phone. You don't have to go outside to do it, so that can force and encourage a start or a stop of the charge. It really is a transformation, not just because it was a terrible day the other day and it's much better now that it all works, but it's a transformation of using the Zappi and charging the car, that I can see what's going on. I am absolutely staggered by how good the app is. I knew right from the start when I first went to buy the Zappi charger, which was back in September 2018. I knew, talking to Jordan and the team there at MyNG, that they'd done it right. They'd taken control of the software, they knew what they were doing. It already had communications capability outside of the Zappi, which would then in the future enable this app and hub technology to come along. I could see then that that was the aim. They told me that that was what the aim was, and they have delivered on that. That is great to see. So I'm very glad I made the right decision buying the Zappi in the first place. I'm very happy that I trusted them, and they are delivering on those promises, those ideals. Now, I'll do a separate video on the hub and the app separately, so I don't want to cover too much of that, but quite simply, I've got it back working. So the Zappi is charging, the Zappi is doing everything I want to do. It's not wasting energy now. I don't have to use a lot more from the grid, and I'm not exporting too much. It works. So job done. Thank you. Thank you so much, MyNG, for spending the time to fix it so quickly. What I would hope that you would all learn from the first video that I posted is how much attachment there is to this system, and how much I enjoy, and the happiness of having it all working. So when it doesn't, it is quite traumatic. I don't know whether I was overreacting, but it really felt difficult to handle that something very joyous was being taken away from me. And I haven't felt that sort of attachment to a piece of technology for a huge time, if ever. So it must be similar to if the Kona was suddenly off the road, if I had an accident and I couldn't drive the car. It's of that level. What comes next? I'm really not sure, and we probably won't hear anything for a little while yet with Fully Charged show going on, but there must be new versions of both the app and probably the firmware coming out at some point. I'm sure there are other fine-tuning issues that they'll find that they need to implement. So far, though, I'm really pleased with it. The main front display, because it is quite simple, really. There isn't much to the app. It's basically a front screen that tells you how much solar you're generating, how much energy your house is using, how much energy is going to the grid, or how much is going to the car. And if you've got a home storage solution and you've got that configured and being monitored as well, then it'll show that on there as well. Mine's a very simple solution with just solar panels, the Zappi, and the car and the house. So it's a rather basic configuration. I haven't even got an eddy on there to heat the hot water, because that will show on the screen as well. But it's just a simple view of the energy usage of your system, your configuration. And that simple view refreshes roughly every 10 seconds. It's almost live. So for me, I don't have to look at the online graph and data that I can see coming out of China from my Solace inverter, where it sends data from here over the internet out to China. They post it on a web page, and then I can view it online. That is frustratingly slow and out of date and unreliable. Now I have the MyNG app. I can see my data usage instantly in my hand all of the time, and it really is up to date. So you can literally turn a device on, and within 10 seconds you can see it reflected on the screen of your phone, even though that communication is going from the Zappi back into the hub, out from the hub to the MyNG server, then from the MyNG server updating something in there that's communicating with the app environment. Then your app is independently and separately communicating with the internet and receiving that data. So the app's not talking to the hub, it's talking to the internet. So I can be out, and I've already tried this. You can be out miles away from your installation. You can be on holiday, and you can still use the MyNG app and see what's going on with your energy consumption at your house. And you can control the Zappi from there. On top of the main display that's showing you your energy consumption, you can then click on each of the icons that are showing the solar generation, your overall usage of energy, the charger environment, or the hot water solution. You can click on any of those, and it will then show you more data that's relevant just to that area. So how much you've generated in electricity, or how much you've consumed in the house, or if it's the car, how many kilowatt hours you've got into the car on the charging session. If there are configurable parameters for that device that you're looking at, such as the Zappi, you can change boost parameters, you can start a boost, you can change the mode of charging from fast to eco or eco plus, you can change the eco percent scale on a sliding scale which goes up and down in 10% increments from 0 to 100% eco. So that is really, really handy. It just seems to work. There's so little functionality there, you don't really have to worry about the complexity of it. Most of it is simply a view of what's happening every 10 seconds, and then if you click further below, most of it is graphs and historical data that you can look at. Today's data, what's happening now, and apparently that's updated every few minutes. Or you can go back and look at yesterday, the last week, the last month, and you can see all graphically how much energy that the house has consumed, how much solar you've generated, how much has gone into the car, how much is exported. All of that is visible. Not the data yet, not the raw data. I am reading on the forum that there will be some API interfaces in the future to maybe download the raw data, but at the moment it's graphical. It's just really good. It puts control back in your hands, and I mentioned this in the last video I did where I was quite unhappy with the solution, that taking control away is a bad thing. The Zappi provides control, and now with the app over the top of it, you've got even more interactive control that you can have over your charging environment and the energy consumption in your house. Data's good, and apps that work are very, very good as well, and having control of data and parameters is just what you want. Whether that's just me as a techie, I don't know, but it just seems so simple, so intuitive, and just works. So I am a happy Zappi customer again. My charger works, my car is being charged currently, and I don't have to get up and down and go outside and look really weird in front of my neighbours anymore. What's he doing going out to the charger again and tapping it and clicking it and taking photos of it? I can see it all from my phone indoors, which is fantastic. So anyway, I just wanted to quickly update you that version 2201.s, that has resolved all of my issues and then some. The app, I'm still learning about it. Like I said, there's not that much functionality in there, but there's enough to make you happy. And the hub, well, that just sits in the corner out of the way, and I don't really have anything to do with it. I am going to do a separate video just so you can see what happens on the hub and the app, so I won't cover that today. But very, very good news. It's back, it's working, and I'm very, very happy and grateful to the MyNG team. I can't stress enough that I do understand how much effort went into it, but I also need to stress on how traumatic it was to have the functionality taken away from me on day one. So thank you for bearing with an unhappy Zappi customer and making me happy again. Anyway, take care for now. See you all again soon, and another video coming very, very soon. Bye for now.